become what you give your attention to. To ascend the sun, there is no need for prayer, no need for incantation. No, it suddenly begins to send its rays for the joy of all. So do not expect nor applause, nor noise, nor praise to do good. Do good deeds voluntarily and be loved like the sun. People are happy to find an excuse for their transgressions, while philosophy teaches not to stretch without thinking, even a finger. What you don't desire for yourself, don't desire others. You don't like to be a slave, don't make others a slave. Envy is the enemy of the happy. The change must begin with one individual. It might be any one of us. Nobody can afford to look around and to wait for somebody else to do what he is loath to do himself. We have chosen these quotes from Carl Jung, which we hope will help you understand yourself better. He was one of the first psychologists who introduced the idea of analytical psychology and popularized it to the world. Thank you for watching this video. You meet every single person for a reason. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. Your past was never a mistake if you learned from it. Once you feel free, someone avoids you. Never disturb them again. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Some things are meant to cross your way, but are not meant to stay. Your direction is more important than your speed. Never fall in love with the same person twice, because the second time you fall in love with the memories, not the person. Perceive failure as a vulnerable teacher and a stepping stone to success. Celebrate small victories and milestones, because they pave the way for bigger achievements. Whoever brings you the most peace should get the most time. Never be afraid to treat people the way they treat you. Just be real. It saves everyone's time. Never think twice about investments in yourself. They pay dividends for a long time. You need to stop the habit of doubting yourself. You can tell more about a person by what he says about others than you can by what others say about him. Don't share your personal life with anyone. Do not let anyone have anything that could harm you. Your heart will tell you where to go. Your head will guide you there safely. Use one without the other, and you'll get lost. Hard work doesn't always pay off. Learn to stop in time and understand whether you have turned into a slave. Life will only come around once, so do whatever makes you happy. You can't do big things if you are distracted by small things. Remember, 5 years ago, you dreamed about being where you are now. Think about it. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is. Finally, I pray that you put your slippers way under the bed tonight, so that when you and while you're down there, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for Kaimar Farinda. Humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. That's how I live my life. That's why I am, one of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. I'll say it again. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money. That desire That itch that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back, pull someone else up. Each one teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. If you are not falling down occasionally, you are just coasting. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Release a grudge as if it was poison. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. People change. Love hurts. Friends leave. Things go wrong. But remember that life goes on. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. Be a good person, but don't waste your time proving it. Never tell your friends your plans. Stop putting too much trust in them. Don't let anyone know what you're doing until it's done. If you want to be trusted, be honest. The only person that cares about your hopes and dreams is you. The only person that is going to make them happen is you. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Even the nicest people have their limits. Your direction is more important than your speed. Control your thoughts, or your thoughts will control you. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Don't make a permanent decision based on temporary emotions. To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. As long as you are alive, no obstacle is permanent. You'll learn nothing from life if you think you're right all the time. Stay patient. The best things happen unexpectedly. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons, and best days give memories. Life is a one-time offer. Use it well. Be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea of what they're doing. First, it hurts, then it makes you stronger. Normalize walking some paths alone, because goals are personal. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Don't allow yourself to be controlled by these 5 things. Many people spend their life at the mercy of circumstances, living at the mercy of what happens to them, living at the mercy of other people, not living in the present because they are stuck in the prison of their past. If you want to live a great life, don't allow yourself to be controlled by any of these things. Number 1, your past. Number 2, other people's opinions and judgments. Number 3, limited beliefs you project on yourself. Number 4, relationships. And number 5, money. Number 1, don't allow your past to control your present or your future life. Whatever happened, you must let it go. Leave the pain of your past behind so it cannot ruin your future. Leave the darkness of your past behind so it cannot block the light of your bright future. Your past is gone. Whatever happened, whether unjust, cruel, harsh, whatever the case, reliving the events will never do you any good. If someone did you wrong, the only way you can win is if you let go and move on. If you live in hate, they win. If you live in the victim's story, they win. If you want to win, you must focus on building your future and start right now. Release that weight from your back so you can be free. Don't allow events from the past, which are now gone, to ruin this moment, which is perfect. This moment, which is now to enjoy, which is ready for you to live fully. Number 2, Don't allow other people's opinions and judgments to control the direction of your life. The need to fit in and feel wanted can cause you to travel down paths you don't want to travel. People-pleasing is a curse that should be avoided at all costs. Before you do anything, ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to do it, or because of my fear of judgment from others if I don't? You were born unique for a reason. You were born to stand out, to be appreciated and loved for who you are. Don't dim your light so you fit into the dull background of other people's lives. Shine bright as you are. Those who really care for you will see that light and shine with you. Number 3, don't allow your life to be controlled by your own limited beliefs. Now, a warning with this one. These beliefs may be conscious, but more than likely, they're unconscious. They may be unconscious limitations that have been conditioned in you from a young age and throughout your entire life by listening to those around you who never reach for their own dream. If a man empties his purse into his head, no one can take it from him. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. There are 3 faithful friends, an old wife, an old dog, and ready money. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. You may delay, but time will not. If you would know the value of money, go and try to borrow some. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Laziness travels so slowly that poverty soon overtakes him. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. He that lies down with dogs shall rise up with fleas. He that displays too often his wife and his wallet is in danger of having both of them borrowed. Fatigue is the best pillow. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. He that can have patience can have what he will. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Those things that hurt, instruct. Having been poor is no shame, but being ashamed of it is. Time is money. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Well done is better than well said. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. 1 today is worth 2 tomorrows. Rather, go to bed without dinner than to rise in debt. At 20 years of age, the will reigns, at 30 the wit, and at 40 the judgment. Never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. Lost time is never found again. Where there is marriage without love, there will be love without marriage. Haste makes waste. 3 may keep a secret, if 2 of them are dead. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Educate your children to self-control, to the habit of holding possession in prejudice and evil tendencies, subject to an upright and reasoning will, and you will have done much to abolish misery from their future and crimes from society. Keep your eyes wide open before marriage, half shut afterwards. We do not stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Work as if you were to live 1,000 years. Play as if you were to die tomorrow. Contentment makes poor men rich. Discontent makes rich men poor. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. A penny saved is a penny earned. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. When you are finished changing, you're finished. When you're testing to see how deep water is, never use 2 feet. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. Be civil to all, sociable to many, familiar with few, friend to one. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Speak ill of no man, but speak all the good you know of everybody. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire, for the mind as well as the body. Security without liberty is called prison. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. If all printers were determined not to print anything till they were sure it would offend nobody, they would be very little printed. Never confuse motion with action. Early to bed and early to rise. An old age makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Do not trust your money to a person who likes to count other people's money. The woman who wants the most sex is the one who often yearns for deeper sense of intimacy, yet may struggle to find it through physical means alone. Wine is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. There was never a bad peace or a good war. We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "It was ignorant of my other faults." Else he would have mentioned these alone. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. Nature have given men 1 tongue but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. If you find yourself acting to impress others, or avoiding action out of fear of what they might think, you have left the path. Man is not worried by real problems so much as his imagined anxieties about real problems. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. It's better to live with one person of high soul and to be calm and independent than to lead a miserable life in the society of many. Suffering arises from trying to control what is uncontrollable or from neglecting what is within our power. No man is free who is not a master of himself. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our power or our will. Just because someone's single doesn't mean they're lonely. Just like when someone's in a crowd doesn't mean they're not alone. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish or to be thought stupid. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. The fools are cured of grief by time, the clever by their mind. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. He who is not happy with little will never be happy with much. First, learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. Hold to your true aspirations, no matter what is going on around you. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. If evil be said of thee, and if it be true, correct thyself. If it be a lie, laugh at it. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves, though wise see all blame as